Hi everyone, and welcome back under the stairs for another 41 Treehouse Club quiz, and it's our July General Knowledge quiz this week. If you haven't joined us before, my name's Sammy, I am the Quizmaster, and we are joined today, as always, by the tech genius Harry, who's up here in the ear. Say hello, Harry. He says hello. Right, what have I got to tell you? Well, obviously things are back to normal. We've had Freedom Day. Our next cafe meet, where we meet at the 41 Treehouse Club Cafe in Sheffield, is on Friday the 6th. So if you'd like to join us on our WhatsApp or Facebook page and get in touch, we can add you to that and you can come and meet us and have an evening of board gaming, and I'll come home. And then on the 7th, we're meeting outdoors in the great fresh air and going on the Great Sheffield Bear Hunt, which is a charity thing organised by Sheffield Children's Hospital. So take a look online, and if you fancy that, more details will follow soon, again on our WhatsApp and Facebook page. So that's all I've got to tell you, so let's crack on with the quiz. Okay, so question one is our quote question. So these lyrics are from a song sung and written by who? So you may not be a bed of roses, you're not a friend to those with noses, I'll miss you before we're done, or the world will smell as one. So you may not be a bed of roses, you're not a friend to those with noses, I'll miss you before we're done, or the world will smell as one. So who sung and writ those lyrics? And I can tell you it's a fictional character you're looking for. It's so hard to say quotes and not sing them. So question two is a sport question. So England lost against Italy in the 2021 Euros final, but what record did they break in that match? So England lost against Italy in the 2021 Euros final, but what record did they break during that match? Oh yeah. So question three is a Rando Fact. So which kings and queens are elected by their peers? Which kings and queens are elected by their peers? Question four is an odd one out. So who of these characters is the odd one out? A. Beowulf, B. Frankenstein, C. Dr. Jekyll, and D. the vampire Lestat. So A. Beowulf, B. Frankenstein, C. Dr. Jekyll, and D. the vampire Lestat. Which of these characters is the odd one out? Question five is the Animal Kingdom question. So what is a baby koala called? So that's a koala and a baby in the picture, but what is a baby koala called? And the answer is not cute. Harry thinks koalas are vicious, and I think they can be, but they've all got chlamydia, I think, as well. Didn't one of them give One Direction chlamydia? I read that somewhere. Well, that was the excuse they used anyway. Question six. Which of these buildings is the tallest? So you've got Big Ben, the Statue of Liberty. So not tallest, newest. Which of these buildings is the newest? So Big Ben, the Statue of Liberty, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and the Eiffel Tower. So sorry about that. Which of these buildings is the newest? Big Ben, Statue of Liberty, Tower of Pisa, Eiffel Tower. I lost the ability to read then, Harry. Did you notice that? Yeah, it's not a trick question. It's the year they were built or finalised. I know some of them might have taken a while. So which of these is the newest? Question 7 is the science question. So who prints all the new British banknotes? Who prints all the new British banknotes? So question 8 is the movie question. So I want you to put these films in order of release. So A, Raiders of the Lost Ark, B, The Temple of Doom, C, The Last Crusade, and D, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So A, Raiders of the Lost Ark, B, The Temple of Doom, C, The Last Crusade, and D, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So put those films in order of release. Question 9, true or false? Every pomegranate has 613 seeds. So true or false, every pomegranate has 613 seeds. Question 10, halfway point, which means it's the phobia question. So, melophobia is the fear of what? Melophobia is the fear of what? So question 11, this is the literature question. So for correct grammar, do you use a question mark on a rhetorical question? So is it correct grammatically to use a question mark on a rhetorical question? It is a good question, Harry. Thank you for saying. So if you've never joined us before, don't forget, we love to hear your comments in the comments section, and there'll always be someone along to answer your questions if you've got one, or just to say hello back. But we don't film the quizzes live, they're a few days before. But someone will be there, so ask a question or suggest a theme for one of our mini quizzes. More on those later. Right, question 12. Who is this? It's a picture question. So this is probably someone that you've all heard of, but maybe you don't know. But who is this? Do you know Harry? Harry knows. So for those of you that have never joined us before, Harry doesn't see the quiz beforehand, so he plays along. So So this is probably someone you've all heard of, but who is it? Question 13 is the geography question. So how many freshwater lochs are there in Scotland? A, 0, B, 30, C, 3,000, or D, 30,000? How many freshwater lochs are there in Scotland? 0, 30, 3,000, or 30,000? Question 14 is our year question. So, name the year. So, the biggest selling single of the year in the UK was Bright Eyes by Art Garfunkel. The Happy Meal was introduced to the world. One of the biggest selling films of the year was Alien, and Maggie Thatcher became Prime Minister. But what year did it all happen? So, Bright Eyes by Art Garfunkel was the #1 single. Happy Meal was introduced into the world, Alien was one of the top selling films, and Maggie Thatcher became Prime Minister. Sarcasm? Rhetorical question, I apologise. So, question 15. So, these actors have all appeared in BBC's Holby City and what film series? So, they've all appeared in Holby City, but what film series have they also all appeared in? And if anyone from the BBC is watching, please don't cancel Holby City, you utter bastards. Right, next question. Question 16, food and drink. So what is a smorgasbord? I can tell you it's Scandinavian, but what is a smorgasbord? Is it A, a type of tapas, B, a type of sandwich, C, a type of picnic, or D, a type of stew? So is a smorgasbord a type of tapas, a type of sandwich, a type of picnic, or a type of stew? So question 17 is our ugly duckling question, which is where I show you a baby and I ask you to tell me what it grows up to be. So this is the baby this week. You can see half of the adult as well. It's a bit of a clue. But what does this baby grow up to be? And a little extra cute clue in the picture, you can see it's coming out of a burrow. So there we go. Do you know what this baby is, Harry? He thinks he does. Possibly. So question 18 is the connections question. So what connects these songs? So may it be Enya, Into the West, Annie Lennox, The Last Goodbye, Billy Boyd, and Gollum's Song, Emiliana Torini. So may it be Enya, Into the West, Annie Lennox, The Last Goodbye, Billy Boyd, and Gollum's Song, Emiliana Torini. What connects them? So, question 19 is the music question. So, who is Top of the Pops right now in the UK? Now, for the younger people, Top of the Pops was a chart program, because it's not on anymore, where it revealed who was #1 in the charts. So, who is #1 in the charts right now in the UK? And finally, question 20 is the anagram question. I can tell you, we are looking for a city. The clue is animal, and the clue is this pearl of the Orient is looked after by a sea lion. So the word is animal, and the clue is this pearl of the Orient is looked after by a sea lion. So, and it's a city. And that is your questions. If I've gone too fast, don't forget you can always go back, you can press pause, whatever you need to do to give yourself time to get 20 answers, and I'll reveal them now. Right, let's get you some answers. So question one was the quote question, and I said, who sung and wrote the song from these lyrics? So, you may not be a bed of roses, you're not a friend to those with noses, I'll miss you before we're done, all the world will smell as one. Did you get this one, Harry? Correct. So those are the lyrics from Smelly Cat, so the answer is Phoebe Buffet. And we are going to do a little mini Friends quiz soon, so keep on the lookout. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page and you'll get in touch for our little mini quizzes as well. So question 2, England lost against Italy in the 2021 Euros final, but what record did they break? The quickest goal scored in a final. So they scored a goal after about 3 minutes. It's the quickest goal ever scored in a Euros final, and of course then they went on to lose. Which kings and queens are elected by their peers? Prom king and queens. Obviously other kings and queens, it's a hierarchy thing, but if you're a prom king or queen, you are elected by your peers at school. Were you a prom queen, Harry? No, Harry's too old to be a prom, apparently. So, question 4, who of these characters is the odd one out? A, Beowulf, B, Frankenstein, C, Dr. Jekyll, or D, the vampire Lestat? Well, Beowulf was a hero, human. Frankenstein was a scientist, human. Dr. Jekyll was a human before he took his formula to become a monster. So the answer is D, the Lestat, who's a vampire. So he's the only monster listed there. The rest are human. Did you get that one right, Harry? See, it's the only. I even said the vampire. It's a little clue there. Question 5, what is a baby koala called? It's called a joey. So all marsupials have joeys. It's not just kangaroos, it's all marsupials. So if it comes out of a pouch, it's a joey. Which of these buildings is the newest? So the Leaning Tower of Pisa was 1173. The Big Ben was 1859. The Statue of Liberty was 1873. So the newest is the Eiffel Tower, which was completed in 1887. And if you like architecture questions, so here's what happens. Harry always challenges me to write quizzes about different things, and he's challenged me to do some architecture quizzes, so they are coming soon. So again, subscribe and you'll get to play them very soon. Question 7, who prints all the new British banknotes? Funnily enough, it's the Bank of England. The Mint does the coins, but I specifically asked for notes. So There we go. Put these films in order of release. So they're all Indiana Jones films. So Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Well, that is the correct order. You didn't have to do anything. So A, B, C, D is the correct order. And which Harry figured out straight away and said it was very sneaky. Question 9, true or false? Every pomegranate has 613 seeds. It is a widely believed thing that every pomegranate has 613 seeds. And they did a study a few years ago, and even though the majority of them did, they didn't all. So it is in fact false. But the majority do have 613 seeds. So melophobia is the fear of what? It is the fear of music. And apparently it's so bad that even the thought of listening to music can send someone into like a mad, frenzied state. No, it's not just my karaoke singing, you cheeky little fucker. Apologies for anyone under 16 who heard that. So, for correct grammar, do you use a question mark on a rhetorical question? No, it's not needed. You can use one, but it's actually, to be grammatically correct, you do not need to use one. A question mark denotes something needing an answer, so a rhetorical question doesn't necessarily need one. That's why. Question 12, who is this? You've probably all heard his name, but you don't know what he looks like. This is George Lucas, so the creator of Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and other movies. How many freshwater lochs are there in Scotland? 0, 30, 3,000, 30,000. There are at least 30,000 freshwater lochs in Scotland. There's a lot. There are saltwater lochs as well. That's why I put 0 as an answer. And again, this was to tie in with some quizzes that are coming up about the great outdoors in England, which is something Harry also challenged me to write. So if you like the great outdoors or geography of the UK, there is 3 mini quizzes about that coming soon. Name the year. So Art Garfunkel song Bright Eyes, Happy Meals were released, Alien was released, and Maggie Thatcher became Prime Minister. It was 1979. I still can't believe Alien was that old. I think it doesn't look like a 70s film at all. So these actors have all appeared in BBC's Holby City and What film series? So the first chap there is Rocky Marshall, who played Registrar Ed Keating and Colonel Baku. Then we've got Hugh Koroshi, who played Rick Griffin and Harsh Pancha. Then you've got Dennis Lewis, who played Tom Campbell, and I can't read my handwriting, I apologise. And lastly, Guy Henry, who plays Henrik Hassan and played Quad Moff Tarkin. Do you know the film series, Harry? They are all in the Star Wars franchise. And if you like Star Wars, there is a mini quiz, well, a mega mini quiz. It's 20 questions coming soon. So, what is a smorgasbord? I told you it was Scandinavian, but was it a type of tapas, a type of sandwich, a type of picnic, or a type of stew? It is a type of sandwich. It is an open top sandwich. So it's only got one slice of bread and then it's got loads of fillings on top. So the closest thing to that we have in the UK would be beans on toast, which I'm guessing is a smorgasbord. What does this baby grow up to be? That is a baby puffin. So they live in burrows rather than on cliffs, and they get, obviously when they grow up, they get bright yellow legs and their bill will change colour as well. So that is a baby puffin, which is called a pufflet. So, what connects these songs? May It Be, Enya, Into the West, Annie Lennox, The Last Goodbye, Billy Boyd and Gollum Song, Emiliana Torini. I think that last one may have given it away for some people. They are all from the Lord of the Rings series. And in fact, they are the last songs in their film. So May It Be is from the first film, Lord of the Fellowship of the Ring. Into the West is the last song in Return of the King. The Last Goodbye is the last song in the War of the Realms, the War of the Five Armies. And Gollum's Song is the last song in The Two Towers. Did you know I'll get that from Gollum's Song, Harry? No. You can tut. Right. So, who is top of the pops right now in the UK? Surprise, surprise, it's Ed Sheeran with Bad Habits. Correct at the time that we recorded this quiz, by the way. And animal is the word for the anagram. The clue is this pearl of the Orient is looked after by a sea lion. It is Manila. Manila is known as the pearl of the Orient, and the crest of Manila is blue and it has a sea lion on it. So that's where it comes from. So let us know in the comments what you got out of 20. Harry, what did you get? 14, not bad, not bad. Let us know if you enjoyed it, what questions you did and didn't like, and any suggestions for future quiz questions or quiz types. Like I said, we do mini quizzes, so please subscribe to us. And we've got lots more coming soon. I'll see you next time. Bye.